had the anti-gay protesters come and picket her wedding in Topeka. We'll talk with her in just a second, but I know that we left you hanging, young lady. What do you want to say?
I just want to say that you said earlier that people were born white, people were born black. One of my best friends is a lesbian, and she told me that she was born that way. Why would God create her that way if he didn't love her?
He turned her over to that vile affection. Now, I want to answer the question. Romans 1 answers the question, because when they knew God, they glorified him not as God, and neither were thankful. And for this cause, God gave them up to vile affections, for even their women to change the natural use to that which is against nature. And likewise also the men burning their last one to another.
It's a quotation.
It's a Bible quote. You know what I'm saying? Give me a Bible, dummy. Give me a Bible, dummy.
I just want to say to you three right here that when someone else is talking, you need to show them respect, and if you can't, then you need to shut up.
Yes, ma'am.
And also,
Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are?
have any respect
I don't
for
have to sit
anybody
here and
in
listen
here.
to someone lie and
I'll agree.
Let me ask you this. Is this the way that people react to you in Topeka?
Yeah,
You're used to that somewhat. Topeka is just a microcosm of this country. There's perverts there and perverts here, obviously.
Okay. Let me bring in Beth Meckler. Beth is no stranger to the anti-gay protest. She's a city councilwoman in Topeka and has been on the receiving end of pickets and hate faxes herself right to her office. In fact, her own wedding was the site of one protest. Boy, obviously, what position do you take in all of this? Your wedding? How in the world did that happen?
Oh, they just, excuse me, I believe she directed that my way. They have their ways of just finding out any little thing, it would appear, and just showing up, whether they're normally unwanted, but whether they're wanted or unwanted, they're there.
Why did they come to you? Why you? Why your wedding?
I think they don't have a life, so they have to
That's
She stuck her nose as a city official.
Wait, hold on, James, start all over. Why are you picketing?
She stuck her nose as a city councilwoman into this mess, and if you're going to stick your nose into it, you're going to get it chopped off.
She did two things. She went into that park where all those fags do their sex acts, found condoms, men's underwear, and on, all the evidence. Then she lied about it. The second thing she did was she went on a campaign in her official capacity to try to have members of our church prosecuted for exercising their First Amendment rights of free speech and religion. For that purpose, we petitioned our government, which sits right there at her wedding and every other place where we think it's appropriate.
Beth?
Well, I think there's a few things that people have to understand, and one thing I'd like to get across, we do have a very loving, caring community, so please don't get the wrong perception of our town.
If they were so loving,
I have the floor, Mr.
Please
Hockenberger.
speak, y'all. Let her speak. Go on, Beth.
And several years back, they were proclaiming that there was condoms and homosexual activity taking place in Gage Park, and yes, I went. We took a walk through the park, and media was there, and there were some condoms found, and there were some lingerie items that were there.
Bloody men's underwear.
No, you're wrong, and you weren't there,
No,
so
I saw
you
the
wouldn't
report.
know.
You know what you found.
But
You were a
number one, it just does not matter whether it was a heterosexual condom, a homosexual condom. It does not matter. Now, if it's taking place in a legal place,
where the animal dung from the zoo is stored. I saw the report. I saw the report. Let me ask the report.
Come here.
they brag about it.
Facts.
They brag about it.
From the
They list it in a
audience, from
book.
the audience, please.
We see where it's coming from. It's coming from the mother. Why isn't the son talking? Why isn't this one
Well,
talking?
because we're too
Well,
noisy.
because every time a question is asked, this mob howls like a pack of fags.
How come she
usually
always
do.
gets her
You
point
can't
across?
answer a question. You can't answer a question in this mob.
From the audience, go
Look at
please.
this one up here.
You better jump in.
What type of message are you giving to your children?
I'm sorry?
What type of message are you
The
giving to your
message is
children?
simple. You need to live your life like you're going to go to heaven when you die. You need to serve the Lord acceptably with reverence and godly fear.
Coming up, two young men who have been the victims of gay bashing. They say that this kind of picketing and hate faxes are giving a green light to violence against gays. We'll see what they have to say right after this.